So now let's change the scenario. Imagine that instead of having the number in this, the jersey number in the leftmost column in the spreadsheet we're looking up, that jersey number was in the rightmost column, or was just to the right of the value we wanted. We want the position, each player's position, but now the player's number is to the right. Our VLOOKUP in this case will no longer work. And that's because the VLOOKUP wants the lookup value in our scenario, the jersey number, to be the leftmost column in the table. Now, if your table has two columns like this one, it's not a big deal to do some copying and pasting. However, with larger spreadsheets, with many more rows and many more columns, and with data that you're not going to want to transform, then it becomes a real pain. So I would suggest that you do not use the VLOOKUP for most of your lookup functions. Instead, we're going to show you the pro way to do it, which is with two formulas called index and match. So let's get started. The first formula we're going to use is index. And so index, you index an array and you tell it where in the array, which row and which column you want to return data for. So the benefit here is, instead of with the VLOOKUP, we had to say, I need to start in the leftmost column. Here's my lookup value. Go to this table. The leftmost value is the one that I'm going to be doing lookup on. Here I can just say which column do I actually want the data from. In this case, it's just number. I just want that number back. So now I have to say, okay, well, what's the row value? Which row in this spreadsheet am I going to return? Well, I'm going to match. Now I'm going to use the match function. I'm going to match on where that jersey number matches the other spreadsheet's jersey number. So in this case, the match formula looks a little bit similar to our VLOOKUP. We have a lookup value, and now we have a lookup array. And in this case, our lookup array is the number. And excuse me, I made a mistake. We aren't looking up number. We are going to look up position. And one handy little feature of Excel tables, if you've designated your data that's formatted in a table as an actual table in Excel, I can reference the column number by its name instead of by AA or BB or whatever. So it looks a lot cleaner, which also makes it easier to debug a formula when something breaks, because I can say, wait a second, I want the position, and I'm going to do the lookup. I'm going to match on the number, and I'm going to match that number in the number array. Finally, now I have options. Do I want an exact match? And we'll just ignore 1 and -1. Yes. So now for my formula, I'm indexing on the position number, return the position number, match the jersey number from this spreadsheet to the jersey number in this worksheet in the second column. And we'll hit enter, and our data will be returned for us. So now we have done a lookup, and we do not have to care whether or not the order of the columns we're looking up. One additional benefit is that with our VLOOKUP, we had to put this entire table as the second argument. We said it's your lookup array. It has to be every row and every column in that table, at least from the leftmost lookup value over. This can get very expensive memory-wise if you have a massive spreadsheet, which you often will. So what's really nice about the index match formula is that we only have to put, no matter how big the spreadsheet is or the table is, we will only have to put 2 columns into memory. The column we're going to index that we want to return data from, and the column we're going to do a lookup on. So if you have a massive spreadsheet with hundreds of columns and hundreds of thousands of rows, this can save you a lot of memory.